Okay, these are transparent, okay? And then we have got two types of lenses. So lenses are either convex or concave. Convex lens are of this type. Convex lens ऐसे होते हैं, ठीक है? और concave lens जो होते हैं, they are like this. Okay? There are three rules you guys need to remember. There are three rules for image formation. ठीक है? तो ये है rules for image formation. Rule number 1. ये देखो लेंस जब हम देखेंगे तो हमें तो इस तरह की कोई लाइन नजर नहीं आएगी, तो ये इमेजिनरी लाइन है जो हम कंसिडर कर रहे हैं। ठीक है भाई, हम में से अक्सर बच्चे जो हैं वो ग्लासेस पहनते हैं, तो उसमें यह है कि जब हम ग्लासेस पहनते हैं तो इस तरह की कोई लाइन तो नजर नहीं आ रही कि स्ट्रेट लाइन को बीच में से जा रही। नो, दिस इज फॉर द पेपर वर्क, सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चंस। ओके, सो अब बेटा ये जो लाइन पास हो रही, एग्जैक्टली जो नॉर्मल लाइन ड्रॉ करते हैं तो वो भी एक इमेजिनरी लाइन होती है, तो वैसे ही ये प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस है। अच्छा, ये जो सेंटर पॉइंट है, इसके दोनों तरफ लेंस में एक पॉइंट होता है जिसको हम फोकस कहते हैं, प्रिंसिपल फोकस। ठीक है, प्रिंसिपल फोकस इज द पॉइंट वेयर द रेज आर गोइंग टू मीट व्हेन दे आर पासिंग थ्रू द लेंस। ठीक है, तो हमारे पास जो कॉमनली जो फोकल लेंथ होती है हमारी नॉर्मल आई की, वो 25 सेंटीमीटर होती है। ठीक है, अगर हम अपने फोकल लेंस के अंदर कोई चीज रख दें, जरा अपने हाथ को जरा आंख के बिल्कुल पास करो, देखो हाथ ब्लड नजर आ रहा है, थोड़ा सा पीछे लेके जाओ, सही नजर आ रहा है? सबके साथ ये हो रहा है? एग्जैक्टली ये हो रहा है, सब कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, तो फोकल लेंथ के अंदर, तो ये तो हमारी एक नेचुरल लेंस है जो हमारे आंख में अल्लाह पाक ने फिट की है। अगर हम किसी और लेंस को भी लेते हैं तो उसके फोकल लेंथ के अंदर या बाहर ऑब्जेक्ट होगा तो उसके हिसाब से उसकी इमेज बनेगी। ठीक है, तो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दैट व्हेनेवर वी आर गोइंग टू प्लेस समथिंग within the focal length, okay, so if you're placing something within the focal length, so obviously image is going to be quite big. Image is going to be quite big, but that image is not going to be real. अच्छा, अब कुछ बच्चों ने पूछा सर हमें रियल और वर्चुअल कॉन्सेप्ट दे दीजिए, बहुत परेशान कर रहा है रियल और वर्चुअल का कॉन्सेप्ट। ठीक है, अब रियल और वर्चुअल क्या है मैं बताऊंगा आपको। रियल इमेज कौन सी होती है, वर्चुअल इमेज कौन सी होती है, कैसे होती है, कब बनेगी, आई एक्सप्लेन एवरीथिंग। अभी जो हमने करना है वो 3 रूल्स पढ़ेंगे हम लोग फॉर द इमेज फॉर्मेशन। एंड मेरे बच्चों को ये रूल्स ऐसे याद होने चाहिए कि टेक्स्ट में हो बिल्कुल कि ठीक है, रूल नंबर 1 ये है, रूल नंबर 2 ये है, जिस तरह कल आप लोगों को एंडाइसिस पढ़ाया था और आपको बहुत अच्छी तरह से अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह रूल्स याद हो गए थे एंडाइसिस के अंदर। अच्छा भाई, किस किस ने जो है एंडाइसिस के क्वेश्चन अटेंड किए थे?
सर मैंने अटेम्प्ट किए लेकिन मैंने पूरे नहीं किए, कुछ रह गए।
और अब्बा ने आज ही पूछा था, मैंने कहा कोई शिकायत नहीं आपके बेटे से, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आज ही शिकायत आ गई। नहीं, आज ही उनसे बात हुई है, आज लिटरली आज उन्होंने पूछा। मैंने कहा बहुत ही प्यारा बच्चा है, मैंने कहा बहुत ही प्यारा बच्चा है, कोई शिकायत नहीं। अभी शिकायत का मौका मिल गया बस यार। अब माल वाल मैं खुद एक पेरेंट हूं ना, मुझे पता है कोई शिकायत करे कितनी खुशी होती है बच्चों की। बस अभी आ रही शिकायत। उनको मौका मौका डंडा मारने का मौका चाहिए होता है, वो मौका नहीं मिल रहा था क्योंकि उन्होंने बार बार मुझसे पूछा सर पक्की बात कोई शिकायत नहीं है। अब शिकायत आ गई यार, अभी मैं बता दूं जरा यार, ये तंग, ये यार मैं उनको बता दूं आपके बेटे ने जो है ना शिकायत का मौका दे दिया। सोचो यूट्यूब पे लेक्चर जाएगा और शिकायत के साथ जाएगा। ओके, सो द रूल्स, बिस्मिल्लाह। रूल नंबर 1, अच्छा ये जो हम ना ऑब्जेक्ट और इमेज को स्ट्रेट लाइन से रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे, सिंगल स्ट्रेट लाइन। बेटा प्लीज आस्क कली टू जॉइन एज वेल। ये हो गया स्ट्रेट लाइन। ठीक है, रूल नंबर 1, if the ray of light that passes from the object is parallel to the principal axis, ठीक है, जब ये हिट करेगी लेंस को, लेंस के यानी इस पार्ट को हिट करेगी, तो ये बेंड होगी और फोकस से पास होगी। अभी सारे हमारे उर्दू वाले बच्चे हैं तो मैं उर्दू में बोल रहा हूँ, जियाद आते हैं तो फिर हम लेसन इंग्लिश में, ठीक है। तो जब हमारे पास, ठीक है, कोई रे प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस के पैरेलल होगी, जब वो लेंस से टकराएगी तो बेंड होगी और फोकस से गुजर जाएगी। इज दैट क्लियर? बेंड, फोकस से गुजरेगी, देखो मैं इसको जूम इन करता हूँ, फोकस से गुजरे, ठीक है, क्योंकि क्योंकि हमें इमेज बनानी होगी। इमेज उस वक्त बनेगी जब दो रेज मीट होंगी। ये रूल नंबर 1 हो गया। रूल नंबर 2, वो वो रे वो रे जो फोकस से पास होगी, यानी ये उसका उल्टा है, रूल नंबर 1 का उल्टा है। वो रे जो फोकस से पास होगी, जब वो लेंस से, मैं फोकस को थोड़ा सा आगे कर दूं यहाँ पे, ताकि आपके पास एग्जैक्ट फोकस से रे पास करवा दें। इस फोकस को यहाँ पे बना लेते हैं, ठीक है, तो ये ज्यादा अच्छी इमेज बन जाएगी। ये रूल्स बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है भाई, क्योंकि इमेज फॉर्मेशन आएगी, बच्चों को इमेज फॉर्मेशन में बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती है। तो अगर आपको ये रूल्स अच्छी तरह से याद होंगे तो आप इजीली इंशाल्लाह ताला ये इमेजेस बना लोगे। तो रूल नंबर 2 है कि द रे ऑफ लाइट, अच्छा ये ऑब्जेक्ट है, ठीक है, ये ऑब्जेक्ट है, ये ऑब्जेक्ट है। तो एक रे निकालनी है हमने ऑब्जेक्ट से जो फोकस से पास हो रही है। तो जब, अच्छा रूल नंबर 1 कौन रिकॉल करेगा? एनी वन ऑफ यू वॉलंटरीली, और बताइए जरूर। हाँ 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 जी, ठीक है। तो अब इसका उलट कर दो, अ रे व्हिच पासेस थ्रू द फोकस व्हेन इट स्ट्राइक्स द लेंस इट बिकम पैरेलल टू द प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस। उस रूल का उल्टा हो गया, ठीक है। तो रूल नंबर 1 ये है कि वो रे जो प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस के पैरेलल होगी, जब वो लेंस को हिट करेगी वो बेंड होगी और फोकस से गुजरेगी। रूल नंबर 2, वो रे जो फोकस से गुजरेगी जब लेंस को हिट करेगी प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस के पैरेलल हो जाएगी, ठीक है, बिल्कुल क्लियर है।
सर मुझे सेकंड जो एक्सप्लेनेशन आपने बताया ना वो मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है।
फर्स्ट को उल्टा कर दो। फर्स्ट बताओ, फर्स्ट में क्या हुआ है? वो रे
प्रिंसिपल मतलब जो रे जो है प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस से
एक्सिस के
पैरेलल है।
पैरेलल होगी, जब वो लेंस को हिट करेगी तो वो इस तरह से बेंड होगी कि फोकस से गुजरेगी, ठीक है,
अच्छा ठीक है।
ये पहला हो गया। दूसरे में क्या हो गया? वो रे जो फोकस से गुजरेगी जब वो लेंस को टच करेगी प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस के पैरेलल हो जाएगी, ठीक है, एक दूसरे के रिवर्स हैं, ये कन्वर्स हैं। बात समझ आती है? रूल नंबर 3 सबसे अच्छा है,
जी
वो रे जो सेंटर से पास होगी वो ऐसे ही गुजर जाएगी, अच्छा बिल्कुल बगैर तंग के, ठीक है, ठीक है, सेंटर से पास होगी और चले जाएगी बस, बगैर कुछ के, कोई डिफ्लेक्शन नहीं होगी। यार आ रहा हूँ मैं, अभी तुम्हें रूल्स तो पहले पढ़ा दूं फिर क्वेश्चन कराऊंगा बेटा, डायरेक्ट पेपर्स पे लेके जाऊँ, हर तरह के क्वेश्चंस कराऊंगा। रूल्स आपके टेक्स्ट में होने चाहिए, ठीक है, और ये रूल्स हैं कॉन्वेक्स लेंस के। कॉनकेव का एक ही रूल है, वो एक ही तरह की इमेज बनाएगा हर केस में। अच्छा किसी ने कोई, अगर ढूंढ, अगर किसी
सर
हाँ,
आप डिफरेंशिएट कैसे करेंगे रूल नंबर 1 और रूल नंबर 3 को?
रूल नंबर 1 और रूल नंबर 3 तो बहुत ज्यादा, बिल्कुल इट्स, अच्छा ज्यादा से रूल, इस्लाम में ज्यादा,
Walaikum assalam, sir.
ओके दिस इज लेंसेज, ओके, वन ऑफ योर फेवरेट टॉपिक्स।
Okay.
Rule number 1 and rule, basically what you guys are going to do, you're going to draw the image of your choice, okay, so you can either select rule number 1 and rule number 2 or rule number 1 and rule number 3, it's your choice, okay, and there will be, okay, now my whole class is there, alhamdulillah, all of my students have joined, that's great, oh goodness me, I think there are 10 or 8. How many are there? Yes, except Abdurrahim. Okay.
सर अब्दुल रहीम फिजिक्स क्लास में नहीं है शायद.
Abdurrahim is there in the physics class. Zaryab is not there.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Zaryab is not there in the physics class. Abdurrahim is there in physics class. Okay. Let's start. Okay. So we are
Okay.
discussing we have discussed about the rules for image formation. Okay, these are the 3 rules. Okay. Those who have joined a bit late, they can just screenshot and then we are going to move forward. Done. Okay. Now, how to draw the image? This is the main question, how to draw the image. Sometimes they will just give you a straight line and this is representing a lens. Okay, like this. Just a straight line. And that is the lens. A convex lens. They'll provide you the focus on both sides like this. Okay, this is the focus. Focus. And the object has been placed somewhere over here. And we have to draw the image of the object. So how we are going to do that? You are going to draw 2 rays. Okay, rule number 1 says that a ray which is parallel to the principal axis, when it strikes the lens, it's going to pass from the focus. Okay, so focus will be there in the exam paper and you're just going to bend the ray from there. Okay, now rule number 3 is more appropriate to be used over here. So I can just use rule number 3 and I'm going to join these 2 rays over here. All right, and where these 2 rays are joining, so you'll get an image. Okay, and that image is going to be something like this. Okay, something like this. This is the object and that is the image. Okay, this is the first ray and that is the second ray. Okay, so this is how you guys are going to, this is how you're going to draw the image. Now the question arises, sir. Yes, Omar, you can ask. Exactly. Only two rays are to be drawn. Okay, if the third ray is to be drawn, so you can use third ray as well. Okay, third ray can also be used over here, like you make it bend. Okay, come, touch here. Okay, and then it's going to touch the lens. But this is not appropriate over here. Okay, so we're just going to use the first and the third rule that gives an image. Okay, now what are the characteristics of the image? The image is going to be real. And the image is going to be inverted. And the image is going to be smaller in size. I'm telling. A real image is an image which is formed on the opposite sides of the object. Object is on one side of the lens and image is on the other side of the lens. So that image is real image. All right. Are the rays really meeting or not? Are the rays really meeting? The rays are meeting at a point. They are meeting. So this is called a real image. Okay. A real image is always inverted, ulta. Okay. And then our eye and brain is going to make it reverse and is going to make upright. Okay. A real image is always inverted. And then by looking at the size of the image, you can figure out what the size is. Okay. So now there is one more thing that is called magnification. Okay. So now this should be clear. A real image is an image which is, okay, what is a real image? So real image is an image formed on the opposite side of the lens as an object. Opposite side of lens. Okay. So this is a real image. So sir, is there any other type of image as well? Yeah, there is another one. That's called virtual. Okay, now one thing can be asked to you. For instance, this object was 6 centimeter. And the image I have got, for instance, I'm just giving you an example. For instance, this came out to be 12. Okay. Now there is a concept of magnification. And what is magnification? How enlarged we can have both the scenarios. Either it can be zoomed in or it can be zoomed out as well. Okay. So magnification is this is the height of object. This is the height of image. Height is basically the vertical distance. Okay. Are you guys getting this? So HI or HO is the formula for magnification. In some cases, they also ask you to find magnification provided this distance and this distance is given to you. So there is a difference between the height and the distance. This distance is called object distance.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam. And this is called the image distance. Okay. So now magnification is going to be, the other formula for magnification is image distance. That is a horizontal distance. The distance between the image and the lens. Okay. Over object distance. So my dear students, sometimes what they can do is you are going to find the image in the object distance and then you are going to find the magnification and use the same magnification for finding the height of image or object, whatever is unknown to you. So sometimes you have to use these both formulae together for finding the unknown values. All right. So Hmm, 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 hmm. I 12, yeah, I told you, for example, for instance, I just gave you an example, okay? A convex, yeah, but as you start bringing the object closer to the focus, okay, then the object is obviously bigger. The image is bigger, isn't it? You put your hand in front of your nose and see the image is quite big. It's even bigger your hand, isn't it? Gets blurred. You take it away, it's smaller. So that depends on where you have placed the object. A convex lens normally forms a smaller image, okay, but that depends on the position of the object. Okay, so the question arises that can a convex lens form a virtual image? And this is the most important question that comes in the exam. Okay, usually they give you a scenario in which you are going to have a virtual image for convex lens. Convex lens usually do not form a virtual image, but there is only one scenario. Okay, so let me draw that scenario for you. So now we start like this. Can a convex lens forms virtual image? So the answer is going to be yes. Okay, and when? So the answer to this is when object is placed inside the focus. Okay, and I've given you the example as well. Okay, so let's try to draw this scenario. So this is a convex lens. Okay, sometimes they can give you the whole lens like this. Sometimes they can just give you an arrow, a straight line. So this is a convex lens. They are the focus on both sides, the same distance they're having. Okay, for instance. Okay. Now what happens that if I place an object inside the focus like this? Now the object has been placed inside the focus. Rule number 1, who is going to tell? What will happen to the ray? Yeah. Okay, you're going to join this line to the center of the lens and then make it pass through the focus like this, a perfect straight line. Okay, and you have to draw the arrows showing the direction of where the ray is going. Okay, can rule number 2 be applied? A ray passing through focus?
No, sir, I don't think so.
Because the object is within the focus. Okay, so you can't have
Yes.
it placed within the focus. So we are going to apply rule number 3 over here. Okay, so I told you guys that rule number 2 is not always applicable. So rule number 3 applies over here. A ray which is passing exactly from the center will go just like this. Oh my goodness, So these rays are not going to join each other. So how the image is going to be formed? Now what the lens is going to do, the lens is going to take these two image rays, okay, and it's going to proceed it backwards like this. Okay, you can either draw these with the dotted lines. So the lens is going to make them, okay, and you just have to join them straight like this. Draw them straight, and they're going to automatically join together like this. Okay, because I haven't drawn them using a perfect measurement, so that's why. So what this is going to do basically is going to go like this. Okay, and it's going to go like this. So in the exam, you're just going to make them join straightly, extend them. Exactly, you extend them, they'll meet at a point. Okay, because in the exam the question must be given to you with certain measurements. So this is going to be the image. Oh, so can you guys figure out that the object and the image are on the same side of the lens? Okay, so they will ask you to draw the image, and they will ask you to write down the three characteristics of image. So now the image is not real, it's virtual. So I told you guys that real image is formed by the real intersection, but there was no real intersection. The lens has made the rays meet behind the lens. So it's a virtual intersection. Okay. So the image is virtual, and a virtual image is always upright. Okay. And it is always enlarged or magnified. You can use both the words. Enlarged. It's quite big. Okay. And the example for this is going to be your hand placed near your nose, and you're going to see it. It's going to get bigger but blurred. Okay. So virtual images are blurred. Okay. Real images are quite clear. Real images are basically because of the real intersection, and virtual images are because of the apparent intersection. I hope it's clear to you guys. After, not after, like within the focus. Okay. Yeah. फोकस पॉइंट के बाद नहीं, फोकस पॉइंट के अंदर बात तो ये होगा. ये देखो, this is lens, center of lens, and this is focus. Okay, so we are moving like this. So it's exactly inside the focus. Okay, because in the exam you'll be asked inside the focus, so you'll get like confused that if inside the focus, that means I'm going to place somewhere over here. No, inside the focus means within this. Okay, so these are the three characteristics of the image you must remember. All right, have a note of this, my dear students. This is really important for you guys. Okay, and in the exam you can be asked to draw the object provided the image is given. I'll just let you know how to draw that. Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
That's great. If any one of you has any questions, just let me know. Okay, so any confusions? Okay. Now, what are we going to do if we are being given an object and we have to draw we have been given the image and we have to draw the object? Okay. Sometimes this question comes, and this is one of the most trickier questions. So let us see. Okay, before going into that, just look here. There were some students who were having problem in a real and virtual concept. Yes, please let me know if it's clear to you guys or not.
जी sir, clear है.
All right, that's great. So what to do if you have been given the image? They just give you the image like this. The image is here. Okay. This is the image. So now what we are going to do? My dear students, the first thing we need to do is we have to draw a line that is passing through the center of the lens like this. Okay. Number one. That is the center one. Okay. And I can just locate the lens like this. Okay. Because one of the ray will be passing exactly. So this is reverse engineering. Okay. I have been given the image and I'm drawing the object. Okay. So this is the first one. The second one you can do is you are going to draw now the rule number 3 will be the best one. So you're going to make it like this, okay, and then take this all the way from here. Okay, it's going to be a bit big, so let the image be a bit smaller. That's going to give you a better view. Okay, a smaller image will be a better one. So this is basically you have drawn the lens over here. Okay, where this line meets, this is the lens. Okay, now the second ray has to be drawn, okay, like this, and just make it move upward. Okay, and you have to join these two rays together. You have to join these two rays together. Okay, like this. Is this clear or not?
Sir, it's
All
clear.
right. So this one where the ray is passing is the focus. You can locate the focus on the other side as well. Okay, this is the center of the lens, and here is the object. So this is how you can draw the object if the image is given to you. Done? All right. Okay, so let's go into the papers and see what they ask you about the lenses. So yeah, we can have printouts and like we can just solve the papers. If you have some tabs to annotate, you can do it on it directly. Otherwise, you can take printouts of that. This is a very important topic, okay, for the exams perspective. So you guys must be very good at this. Okay, the question is there. All right. Bismillah. All of you. Yeah, sure.
सर जो फोकस पॉइंट्स हैं वो आपको खुद बनाने पड़ेंगे?
The focus point you have to draw yourself, exactly. So the first thing they're asking us to draw a single ray to locate the position of the center of the converging lens. Okay. So first of all, you guys are going to join these two rays together. This one and this needs to be joined. Okay. Because they have already given you the object. Join the two tips. Like this. Okay. So this is going to be the center of the lens. All right.
Yes, sir.
A line to represent the position of the lens and label the line L. Determine the focal length by drawing another ray on the figure. So we are quite well aware that the other ray is going to be when it strikes the lens and hits the image. Okay. All right. So this is F. Okay.
Focus.
All right. And this is a full scale diagram. Full scale diagram means that you can put your ruler and measure the distance. So you're going to put your ruler like this. Okay. And then you're going to measure the distance from the center of the lens to the focus. And that's going to be put here. Okay. Now the next part says, okay, let's suppose this comes, the focal length comes out to be, let's suppose it comes out to be 1.5. Let's suppose. Now they're saying the object is moved 2 centimeters closer to the lens. The object is moved like it, now it is within the focus, okay? If the focal length, if this distance is 1.5 centimeter, okay? So it is moved 2 centimeters. So that means like it comes somewhere in between the focal length. So now you're going to tell two changes to the characteristics of the image. So what are those two changes? Can anyone tell?
It will become enlarged.
It will become enlarged. And number two, it will be virtual.
Virtual.
Very good. Very good. Because now the object is placed within the focus. So instead of being a real and inverted image, it's going to be a virtual and enlarged image. And it's going to be upright. Okay. Virtual, upright, enlarged. These are the three changes that are being there for the characteristic of page. I hope it's clear to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Alhamdulillah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. The figure shows the length of a magnifying glass is two focal points, f1 and f2, because we have focus on both the sides. Okay. State what is meant by the focal point. So you can say the focal point of a convex lens is a point where the ray passes after striking the lens. Okay. The focal point in a convex lens is a point from where the ray passes after striking the lens. A student using the magnifying glass sees a magnifying image of an object on the figure. Mark a point X on the principal axis for the possible position of the object. So you guys need to remember that for a magnifying glass, we always put the object within the focal length. Okay. So the object is placed somewhere over here. Always. Exactly. Okay. A point E for possible position of the student's eye. So can anyone tell where the student is observing? So he's going to observe from here. Okay. Okay, we just look. So underline two words that list the image produced. Yes. Excellent.
Upright, vertical and upright.
And if you want to draw the image, so it's going to be doing like this. Okay. And then passes through the focus. Second one goes like this. They're not going to meet. Okay. So there'll be some. Okay. So this is the stuff. This question is related to the prism and the refractive index. We're not going to do it today. Prism is the last topic that's left over. Okay, we'll do inshallah in the next class. This is the wavelength question. You have been given the frequency, the speed v equals to f lambda. Kilohertz has to be changed into hertz. So you multiply it by 1000. So you guys can simply scroll down, okay, and open the row papers, scroll down and check out whether you're able to solve the questions or not. Okay. Explain the meaning of the terms. The terms principal focus and focal length. So principal focus is the point where the ray will pass after striking the lens, and the distance between the center of the lens and the principal focus is called the focal length. Is that clear?
Yes.
Just look at the marks, the number of marks they are giving it. The distance between the focal length and the center of the lens. Focal length is the distance between the principal focus and the center of the lens. Principal focus is F, the point where the ray will pass after striking the lens.
Focal point.
Focus point is principal focus, and the distance is focal length. Center of the lens and the prism. Now I have to draw the magnified image of AB. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit it over here. Okay, make it bend through the focus. It should be passing through the focus. If you don't draw it like this, you'll get 0 marks. Extend it. Okay, extend it. No worries. Draw the other ray that must pass through the center of the lens. Okay. All right. And then you're going to join this backwards. Straight lines, okay? Straight lines, like they should be joined straight lines. And where they're meeting, this is the image. Okay, for instance, you guys are going to join them with a ruler. Okay? Can they with this image? All right. So this is how you're going to do the lens quotients, okay? Now, my dear students, you can just go through the paper and solve as many lens quotients as you can, okay? All right. So this was the target for today's lesson. Inshallah, today we'll be summarizing this whole topic, and I'll do the present part, and then inshallah we'll be done with this. Okay. You guys must be well prepared for this topic. Inshallah, coming soon are your tests for both maths and physics. Okay. I'll let you know over there. Okay. It's time for my prayer. I need to go. If you guys want to be there in the lesson, you can, or we can just finish it up over here. Okay. So the topic is done. Now you have to do the past papers. So going all the way down from 2023 winter, summer, and till 2020, you have to do them today. Okay, this is your homework. All of you must be doing these papers. Okay, I need to go for namaz, so we'll see you then. Okay, those who want to be there in the lesson, I'll join after 10, and those who want to leave, they... All right. Allah Hafiz to those who are leaving, and who are staying. I'll just join back in. मैं क्लास कंटिन्यू नहीं करूंगा, क्लास मैंने टॉपिक करा दिए, मैं वापस आऊंगा, किसी को क्वेरीज होंगी तो I'll answer. अल्लाह हाफिज.